Everybody move to the right side of the car. Go on, dude.
You are looking at two inmates last seconds on the run. Yesterday, Leo Tate and Jermaine Donald were arrested in Texas. Clinton Van Buren was arrested in Baton Rouge. There's two more inmates still out there, Derek Groves and Antoine Massey. Police in Natchez, Mississippi told us a search is underway after they received a tip of Massey possibly being spotted there.
Hey, Fugitive TV, what's up? Last time we was here, we was talking about the New Orleans escapees. I think we were it was like 7-6. I don't remember. Y'all remind me in the comments how many it was we were talking about. I think it was 7 at that time. We are down to 2. We are down to 2. And the 2 we are down to is crazy. It's funny because if y'all didn't peep my last video, the last video I was talking about how I don't believe they escaped out that little hole. I think they went through a front door. And I give examples of why I believe they went out the door and not through that little hole, which they keep showing us. I give you examples. So if you didn't see those examples, you can go back and look at that last video I posted. There's some good examples. And I showed you exactly where they escaped from on Google Earth. I showed you all kind of things. But now there's only 2 left. And it's funny, the 2 that are left it's very, very weird, very, very coincidental, what you want to say. It could be conspiracy theorist talk, it could be a lot, but the last 2 are left are supposedly the 2 most feared on the streets. They don't want those 2 loose. Supposedly Massey, who was the mastermind, they say, behind this, who threatened to stab the maintenance worker at the jail if he didn't do what he was supposed to do. I guess maybe cut the hole, which I don't get. That makes no sense. If you're the maintenance worker and I'm gonna stab you, you don't cut this hole, man. I'm gonna go and tell somebody, bro. I got a job to protect, and you gonna go sit to the hole or PC or whatever it is, and you never gonna see me. So this makes no sense. But there are 2 left because 3 got caught. 3 just got caught. Now,
These are 2 Orleans Justice Center escapees' final moments of freedom.
Move to the right side of the car.
Leo Tate and Jermaine Donald's 10 days on the run ended in Walker County, Texas, Monday night. Their dramatic capture caught on camera. Body cam footage shows officers surrounding a car with guns drawn before dragging the men onto the ground.
Okay.
And just a few hours later, Linton Van Buren, along with an alleged accomplice, was arrested in Baton Rouge. 8 of the 10 inmates who escaped Orleans Justice Center over a week ago are back in orange jumpsuits. But so far, Donald and Tate were the only ones arrested across state lines.
They said Jamaica maybe gets to court.
When the pair appeared before a judge the next day, a Q&A stretched over 10 minutes. It was video we showed you on WWL first.
Okay. So are you going to get your own attorney or are you going to court appointed? You understand what your charges are on your rights, okay? So your charges. So, yeah.
In Louisiana, both are charged with aggravated escape and obstruction of justice. In Texas, Donald was also charged with evading arrest.
One got caught because he was sitting outside on the bench in front of a shoe store. Come on, bro. Come on. Y'all, you didn't watch my last video? I just said don't be on the street. So you sitting in front of a store on a bench.
Linton Van Buren was arrested yesterday in Baton Rouge. Police said that he was found sitting on a bench near a department store in the Ham and Air Plaza after an anonymous tip.
Come on, man. And then somebody supposedly recognized you and you got caught, which is funny because he got caught, right? And then that same day, they caught the other 2. Where were they? In Texas, I think. The other 2 were in Texas. Out of everybody who got caught so far, those 2 have made it the farthest. The 2 that went to Texas, they at least tried to do something smart. Now, they were driving in the vehicle. But they were driving in the vehicle. I think they got snitched on because how many people got arrested? Let's get right. Think about this. How many people got arrested that was supposedly helping them? I think we're up to like maybe 13 or 15 people got arrested. But you know what's funny? No guards from the jail got arrested. None of them sheriffs got arrested. Only the family members or friends who were supposedly helping them got arrested. Y'all don't find that funny? And the one maintenance worker got arrested. But the guard who supposedly left and, well, I got to go get something to eat. Let me go leave for 30 minutes and miss the count. They didn't get arrested. They just got suspended. And they probably on paid leave too. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Are they on paid leave? I know they got suspended. None of them in jail though. None of them. But they're arresting the family members. And the family members is going to jail with all these high bonds. Now, they arrested one of the guy's dads. The one that got caught in Texas, actually. Not Texas. The one that got caught in Baton Rouge on the bench. They arrested his dad or something like that. of course, I believe that all these 15 people got arrested. Somebody out there snitching. Somebody was telling where these people was at, you know, or did they know where they were at, was at? Did they know where they were at this whole time and just waiting to snatch him up? Now, if you're a conspiracy theorist, you could be like, this was all set up. But what is it set up for? For what? Who knows? I don't know. Did the sheriff, is the sheriff up for re-election? And somebody's trying to make the sheriff look bad? You know, I didn't study that. Maybe I should look into that, you know? But, and I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to get into another video of this. Did you know that somebody tried to escape that same jail like a week before? Did you know that? They don't tell you that. Somebody tried to escape that jail, the same jail, and not only the same jail, the same pod a week before. I don't know. It's just something ain't going on. Something's going on. I don't know. But we're going to get into one of the inmates too. That's still on the run. Derek Groves. So Derek Grove is supposedly already convicted for murder. Not once, twice, I believe. And who knows what else. He's already convicted, and he's the one they're saying that's the most dangerous on the street. Now, I've been listening to some of these interviews with his family. His family are actually scared for him. They think that he's going to die out there, that the police are going to unalive him. That's what the family thinks. You know, who knows? Now, the reason why the family thinks this, I'm going to tell you right now.
Year-old Derek Groves is one of the 5 escaped inmates, and he's still at large tonight. It is forcing witnesses into hiding. Ironically, he has a deep connection to one of the most notorious killings in New Orleans history. His grandmother was executed on order of corrupt cop Len Davis. Today, investigative reporter Mike Pearlstein spoke exclusively to a neighbor who knew Derek since he was a little kid.
There's a connection between him and I think it was his grandmother. His grandmother was set up and killed by the police. Interesting. So, among the 5 escapes, well, there's only 3 now. At the time of the jailbreak, Groves was waiting to receive a life sentence after being convicted of 2 counts of second-degree murder in addition to 2 separate counts of manslaughter. So this guy's been on a spree. He been on a spree. I don't know if it's him or not, but the family is saying that he's been innocent because if you go into his background, this guy was not tried once, not twice. I think it was 3 or 4 times for the same crime because each time the jury cannot agree if he was guilty or not. So they kept trying this guy until they got a deal, or I should say until the jury was like, he's guilty. I don't know about y'all, but I think that's kind of unfair.
Oh, I remember him from a baby.
Gail Slack helped raise Derek Groves on Alamo Street in the lower Ninth Ward.
He was friends with my son. He taught my son how to read, right?
Slack said she was shocked when several years ago, Groves was accused in 4 killings, leading to convictions on 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of manslaughter. Now she's growing more concerned by the day as Groves remains the subject of a massive manhunt following last week's jailbreak of 10 inmates from the Orleans Justice Center. Groves is one of 5 escapees still on the run.
I just hope that if they catch him, they don't hurt him.
So Groves was not yet born when his grandmother was killed in front of the family's home. All right, so now I know y'all wondering, like, how is Derek in relation to what happened with his grandmother?
24 years after New Orleans, a police officer had her killed, Kim Groves' children received a $1.5 million settlement. Groves, 32, was shot in the head just blocks from her home on October 13th, 1994. The fatal attack came less than 24 hours after she filed a complaint against Davis, claiming she saw the crooked cop pistol whip a teen the day before. After being tipped off about the complaint, prosecutors say Davis conspired with a known drug dealer and hitmen to kill the mother. A federal probe in a drug racket operated by Davis prior to Groves' murder revealed that he and other officers were being paid to protect drug dealers. According to Tom Spicane, Groves' death was plotted and celebrated over the phone lines tapped by the FBI.
In 1996, Davis was sentenced to death. Fast forward to 2024. In his final days in office, President Joe Biden commuted 37 of 40 federal death row. Davis. Now Davis will spend life in prison without parole. Grove's son Corey said to WWL Louisiana in a statement, "I have always wanted him to spend the rest of his life in prison and have to wake up every morning and think about what he did when he took our mother from us." Although Biden says he condemns the murderers and grieves for the victims, he promised to abolish the federal death penalty, and this is his most dramatic step yet.
I'm interested to know why he did do that. Why did he, if he originally had death, why did he lower it down to life? Why? But here's something else. So I did also read another article that said that, Lynn Davis is very corrupt and he ordered the hit on Derek's grandmother. And not only that, there's recorded conversations of Lynn Davis celebrating when his grandmother died. So I'm not saying this is, a relation to him escaping, but it's kind of funny that there's this connection going on between him and New Orleans Police Department and the system out there. So if you go and look at Derek's history, like I said, remember they tried this guy, I think it was 3 or 4 times for the same crime. So they kept trying him and kept trying him. Now, some people, his family is saying this guy, he's innocent. They're saying that they kept trying him because he's a lineage of the family. So I don't know. I don't know about you, but I know me. If I am, let's say, in a situation, let's say my grandfather was, unalived by by the police department here where I live at now. And I know they treat my family like I'm not going to stay here. I'm moving. I'm getting out. I'm getting out. You're not going to catch me around because you can't win. As you see, you can't win. You're not going to win. So his family believes that Derek is not going back peacefully. So if he goes back, it's going to be obviously in a body bag. So a lot of people, that's what they believe. When you look up all these YouTube videos, they think that. Is that true? I hope not. But I can see that being the case. So what's really going on? Y'all let me know what's really going on, and make sure y'all like and subscribe to Fugitive TV while we're at it. But what's really going on? All right. And the other one, Massey, who's the mastermind, y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned because we're going to get on the second one because his connections is funny. He's got some deep connections in New Orleans that you wouldn't even think he had connections with. So we're going to get onto that subject too in the next video. But y'all let me know. What do y'all think? Y'all think Derek Groves was guilty to begin with? Y'all think he really unalived all these people? Is he really a terror on the street, or y'all think this man is being framed? And do you think he's going to come back alive? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Fugitive TV, we out.